Guys, welcome back to the channel. So, for today's video, pag-uusapan natin intermittent fasting. Okay, so I know hindi siya bago, hindi siya revolutionary, right? Marami kang makikitang videos sa YouTube about intermittent fasting, right? And, when I tried this like a few years back, parang 7 years ago, in time na sobrang laki ko, na-diagnose ako of type 2 diabetes. Pero fasting in itself has been there for like a very, very long time. Kasi ginagamit siya for a lot of different reasons, right? So may gumagamit for religious purposes, right? For health purposes. Pero for this video, we will be talking about intermittent fasting. Bakit nga ba siya importante for men like us na nasa 40s na pataas? Pag 40 ka na kasi maraming nangyayari sa katawan mo. Maraming changes, right, for men. Nandiyan yung testosterone mo is declining. Diba? Yung insulin mo, hindi na siya ganun ka-efficient, right? Especially sa mga lalaki na nasa corporate world, right? Na maraming social events, maraming social gatherings. And come to think of it, kahit wala ka sa corporate, no? Pag sa edad kasi natin, you're balancing a lot of different things, malaking factor dyan yung family mo at saka yung social life mo. So, a lot of those gatherings, umiikot yun sa pagkain, right? Kasi that's how we bond as people. Pero intermittent fasting para sa mga 40s, mga lalaki na 40s na pataas, it's very, very important. No? Very important kasi ito na yung time na hindi ka na ganun kabata. Hindi ka pa rin naman ganun katanda. Pero medyo mapapansin mo, medyo matagal na yung recovery mo. Right? Ako matagal yung recovery ko. Especially nung type 2 diabetes ako at saka nung sobrang laki ko. And hindi ko na na-experience mo to. Yung gigising ka ng okay ka. Tutulog ka na okay ka. Wala ka namang nararamdaman, everything went well nung gabi. Tapos pagising mo, may masakit. So, yun yung nangyayari sa akin nung sobrang laki ko. And, nung ginawa ko yung intermittent fasting, it really changed everything for me. Right? Maraming nagbago. Mas naging okay ako. Like, yung feeling ko sa katawan ko, mas naging okay. Mas naging healthier ako. Siguro dahil sa autophagy na nangyari and because I've lost also significant amount of weight. Naalala ko nung previous video ko, kinukwento ko na parang I lost weight pero dahil nasa call center pa ako, I retained yung weight na maayos for like couple of years. Pero dahil sa center pa ako, and pandemic noon, yung time na yun. So I started to lower my guard. Tapos, slowly I gained weight. Pero hindi naman ako lumagpas ng 210 pounds. So mostly naglalaro siya between 205 to 210, ganyan. Depende kung gaano ka gutom at the time. And noong November, December of last year, napansin ko umakyat na ako ng 215. And it was alarming kasi dumating yung time na, yung inflammation ko bumalik. Kasi nung medyo malaki ako, nakadevelop ako ng gout. So, sobrang hirap lumakad. So, yung gout ko was normally nasa paa ko. Ganyan. Tapos, for some reason, umakyat siya sa tuhod. Naalala ko nung pumapasok ako sa office, naka-cane, nakatungkod. Sabi ko pa nga sa mga tao, pagka tinatanong nila ako, lagi ko sinasabi, I'm getting old, or minsan niloloko sila, I'm the gout father kasi may cane niya ako pag napasok ko sa office. Pero it was horrible. Very, very horrible. So, around mid-December, siguro before pa December 15, nagsimula na akong mag intermittent fasting ulit. Kasi sabi ko, medyo iba na to. Iba na yung nararamdaman ko, yung tulog ko was not really good. Kasi feeling ko tumaas yung sugar ko. Hindi ako nagte-test ng mga time na yun. So, I went through intermittent fasting ulit. Ganyan. Tapos after like a week or two, nagpa-check up ako sa doctor. And nagulat ako kasi yung sugar ko na dating normal is now at 10.5. Yun yung A1C score ko. No? So it's a test na ginagawa it's a blood work na ginagawa para to check yung sugar mo for like the past 3 months. And yung 10.5, mataas yun. Sobrang taas. I was sobrang surprised. Tapos, di ba pagka nasa hospital ka, chine-check din yung vitals mo. Nung time na yun, I think I was at around nag 160 over 110 ako. Sobrang taas. And nagulat yung doctor. Obviously, nilagay niya ako sa maintenance medication simply because sobrang taas nga ng blood pressure ko. Pero feeling ko it's also associated sa blood sugar ko. So kaya pala nung papansin ko, mostly ng 2025, madalas akong pagod, hindi ako masyado nakakatulog ng maayos. Tapos lagi akong parang nahihilo, ganun. Yung pala, grabe na yung blood sugar ko. Well anyway, going back na, December, started na uli sa intermittent fasting. I started slow. I started with 12 hours muna, na hindi ako kumakain. Then slowly, inakyat ko siya. So I was around 215, nag-umpisa ako, 215, 216, around that number, pounds. Tapos ngayon, as of yesterday, yung huling check ko, I was already at 195 pounds. Pero I did not do anything drastic. Mostly, yung ginawa ko is revolves around 2 things. So, intermittent fasting and carnivore. Pero tingin ko malaki na gawa ng dalawa na yan. Kasi wala naman akong ginawang differently. May exercise. Very minimal yung exercise ko. It's just part of my morning routine. Basic lang. Pero, ang most yung ginawa kong kakaiba talaga or binili ko is yung intermittent fasting and carnivore. And it really, really helped me a lot, yung intermittent fasting. Maraming intermittent fasting, protocols na dyan. Maybe I'll discuss it sa ibang video. Pero, this is not about that. I'm not here to discuss kung ano yung intermittent fasting or ano yung mga different protocols kasi marami ka naman makikita dyan sa YouTube. So I just wanted to share with you kung ano yung naging experience ko sa kanya. So sobrang okay siya yung intermittent fasting. Very, laking tipid sa oras, alam mo yun, yung hindi ka nagpe-prepare ng pagkain, kakain ka around lunch na or past lunch, at least ako yun yung ginagawa ko. Tapos dinner. Pero may napansin akong iba ngayon. Kasi nga I started slow. 12 hours, tapos umakyat siya from 12 to 13, naging 16, naging 18. Ngayon, ang batting average ko for the past 2 weeks at least, naka 1 meal a day na lang ako. So, hindi dahil pinipilit ko siya, pinupwersa ko siya. It's simply because hindi ako gutom I don't feel hungry. Hindi dahil nagpa-fast ako. Feeling ko also because of the diet, yung carnivore diet ko. I'll be posting another video around that. Pero sobrang grabe nagawa sa akin yung intermittent fasting. Like, ito very recently, I'm not talking about yung dati ko na nag-lose ako ng weight. Well, nag-lose din naman ako ng weight ngayon. Pero, ngayon kasi, apart from the fact na nag-lose ako ng weight, and I'm also undergoing yung maintenance medication ko for hypertension. Iba na yung pakiramdam ko. Like, I remember there was a time nakalimot ako uminom. Like, ng meds ko, like for a day lang naman, hindi na ako nakakaramdam nung alam mo yung uneasy feeling pag alam mo hypertensive ka, yung parang lightheaded ka, parang pagod ka, gusto mo matulog, ganyan. Hindi naman ako umabot sa nangangapal yung bato ko. Kahit umabot ako ng 160/110. Pero feeling ko laging gano'n, parang nahihilo ko, gusto kong matulog, ganyan, pagod and all. Wala yung ganung feeling. Ngayon, sobrang iba na, like, yung sleep ko sobrang lalim na. And paano ko nalaman? Kasi nag-undergo na ako ng REM So, madalit sabi, nananaginip na ako. Dati kasi hindi, babaw lang ng tulog ko. So, alam mo yung malalim na yung tulog mo pagka medyo pumapasok ka na doon sa dream state, nananaginip ka na, right? And naalala mo siya pag-gising mo. At least, yun yung nangyari sa akin. So, intermittent fasting really helped. Very efficient. Kasi isipin mo, kung papasok sa office, you'll just have your black coffee. Just have your coffee, mabilis na kwentuhan with the wife, with the kids, and then you're off. Diba? Nakasave ka ng time sa pagpe-prep ng pagkain, actually. Tapos na maximize mo yung oras mo sa ibang bagay, like tulog, right? Which I think, sa mga taong tulad natin, it's very important nowadays. Yun lang naman, I just wanted to talk more about that. Kung ano yung effect sa akin ng intermittent fasting. I hope you can share your experience also. Lagay nyo sa comment below intermittent fasting or kung ano yung experience nyo, right? And if ito yung mga content na gusto mo, please, click the subscribe button. Please like the video, share it with your friends. Right? Kasi maraming tao ngayon, like maraming men in their 40s na sa sobrang focus nila sa making sure na okay yung pamilya nila, napapabayaan nila yung health nila. Right? So I know I mentioned sa previous video ko, I'll be talking a lot of different things. Pero ito yung one of the main things that we will be talking about in this channel. It's all about men's health. Ano yung mga kailangan natin gawin to make sure na hindi lang humaba yung buhay natin, but also the quality of life. Kasi pag iniisip mo, pag umabot ka ng 80, which is a good thing, right? Umabot ka ng 80, 85, tapos gulay ka. Wala kang magawa, nakaupo ka lang sa silya or nakahiga ka lang, kailangan kong punasan para malinis ka and all that. Is that something that you want, right? Parang hindi din Parang, humaba nga yung buhay mo, gulay ka naman. Diba? Parang wala din right? So, again, the reason we're talking about this, it's not about para lang humaba yung buhay mo. It's also about, making sure na yung quality of life mo when you reach that age, okay. So, yun lang naman. It's a quick video. Like I promised, I'll be posting this every Sunday. Merong mga off-schedule videos na magagawa throughout the week. Maybe 1 or 2. Pero off the bat lang yan. Regular schedule will be every Sunday. Nga pala, I place the link sa baba. And yung link na yun is just designed to capture your email address kasi we'll be sending out newsletters every Monday starting tomorrow. So guys, maraming salamat for watching the video. Really appreciate your time. So I hope you have a great evening kasama yung pamilya nyo. Again, maraming salamat and see you in the next video. Bye.